All right, superstars, we're going to do it lesson 4.3. It's still one step, solving one-step inequalities. This time we're going to do multiplication and division. Division, you got to remember a little piece of information again. If you're dividing by a negative or even multiplying by a negative, you got to do something with that inequality sign. So let's be careful there. All right, looking at our textbook again, Math 7, Chapter 4, 4.3. Scroll down. All right, we're still going to do our inverse operations from when we were solving our equations. Let's see here what they have on example 1. Multiply both sides by 5. I would even suggest 5 over 1. Maybe using parentheses instead of a little dot. Helps you get ready for 8th grade in high school. And quick graph as well. All right, so we will do some of those problems. Looks like we're going to rewrite some of that information. Help us out. Example 2 here, divided by 6 both sides. That looks really good there. Solving looks really good. Quick graph. Nothing wrong with that problem. Excellent. We'll do a few more like that as well. Looks like we might have to rewrite it a little bit, and that'll be okay. Your assignment is page 143. Ooh, I can't forget about this one. Ooh, I hope I have that one ready for us. Come back to that if we need to. Let's see here. All right, 5 through 23, just the odds, remember? All right, let's see what we got here. You know what? I'm going to say, since we've practiced our graphing on the previous day, and hopefully you are refreshed on there, we're actually going to have some practice on Thursday with IXL with the graphing. So I'm going to say today and even tomorrow, let's just focus on the solving part, because really that's where students struggled with, was the solving. Saves us a little bit of time, helps you be awesome. All right, so let's see here. Number 1, I'm going to rewrite my problem. N divided by 3. So that's really n divided by 3 is less than 1. If it helps you, put the 1 there as well. So 1n divided by 3. So again, I'm going to go ahead and use my multiplication. And I'm going to go ahead and multiply by the reciprocal. Reciprocal of 1 over 3 is 3 over 1 on both sides. So that's going to give me n is less than just 3. Nice, nice, nice. Ooh, number 2 does not look good. Because again, we like the variable on the left side. So let's go ahead and change it. M over 10, which is really 1m over 10. And I got negative. You know what? I'm going to change this into a fraction. 0.5 is obviously negative 1/2. And then looking at your inequality, it wants the variable. All right, we good? I switch sides, change the decimal into a fraction. I think this is a much better problem. All right, let's multiply by the reciprocal. So that's going to be 10 over 1. 10 over 1. Now again, I just multiplied by a positive, so that's not when the extra special information comes into hand. So don't worry about because you see a negative sign. It's what you multiply or divide by. So I multiplied by 10 over 1. Everything's good. So it's m is greater than or equal to. I can cross cancel. 2 becomes a 1. 10 becomes a 5. So negative 1 times 5, just negative 5. I can ignore the denominator ones. Everything looks good there. All right, number 3, similar information. I don't like the way it looks, so let's go ahead and rewrite it. 2 over 3, the variable. Negative 3 goes over here. This time it does not like the variable, so again, the crocodile, whatever, it wants the negative 3. All right, let me erase the other stuff. Get our focus here. So using the strategy again of multiplying by the reciprocal, let's go ahead and multiply both sides by 3 over 2. Now, if you notice, I cannot do any cross-canceling here. So let's see what our 2 acceptable answers are in 7th grade again. So we would have Our variable is less than negative. 3 times 3 is 9. 1 times 2 is 2. Now, just giving you a heads up, this is the answer that you're going to actually prefer in 8th grade. An improper fraction gives us a little bit more accuracy on some of our skills in 8th grade. 7th grade, we want to continue to practice our mixed number. Because again, you're still going to have to be able to work with that, especially on word problems. So negative 9 over 2 is really negative 4 and 1/2. Because again, 2 goes into 9, division idea 4 times. 2 times 4 is 8, plus 1 at the top gives me my 9. Still got the negative sign. Everything looks good. All right, not bad. Let's go ahead and what do we got here? All right. Oh, so the previous ones were multiplying both sides using your inverse operations. So let's go ahead and divide both sides. So just quick divide by 4, divide by 4. So b is greater than or equal to, reduce it, 1/2. Not bad. Divide by 12, divide by 12. K is less than or equal to, negative 2. Not bad. Hey, we're on a roll. Ah, man, we got to switch this one around. All right. Maybe we can change it into an improper fraction. So 2.5 is really 2.5, and 2.5 is really 5 over 2 cubed. Negative 15, and it wants the variable. All right, let me erase the other stuff, get our focus just here. So let's see here. Multiplying by the reciprocal. Ah, they tricked us again. I thought we were done with that. So 2 over 5. 2 over 5. Look for cross-canceling. It's going to be a negative answer. 1 and 2, no, but definitely 5 and 15. 5 becomes a 1. 15 becomes a 3. 3 times 2 is 6, so negative 6. All right, there we go. They tried to trick us. Okay, this is the ones that we need to focus on. We're gonna do 8 and 10. All right, looking at 8, I need to go ahead and fix this. Let me write it a little bit bigger. It's going to be negative 1/2 y. Instead of 0.5, I'm going to change it to 1/2. And then again, it likes the variable. So this is number 8. All right, so for this one, you should notice that when I do my multiplication, both sides, the reciprocal, I am including a negative sign this time. So that's really going to be negative 2 over 1, both sides. So that will give me a positive y. Oops. Like we obviously want. But here's the trick again, or the confusion that some students experience. Whenever you multiply or divide by a negative sign, including that work there, you must reverse your inequality sign. So it's not because I have a negative sign on the right side, it's the one that's connected to the variable. So y, instead of greater than, it's now going to be less than or equal to. Really important there. Positive multiplied by negative is a negative. 2's can cross cancel. So it's really just negative 1. So again, whenever you multiply or divide by a negative, you must reverse your inequality sign. Let's do number 10 and then one more quick one. Number 10 says negative 2 over 5h less than or equal to negative 8. So, same idea. I'm going to go ahead and multiplication again. Both sides by the reciprocal. The reciprocal is negative 5 over 2, both sides. Now, some students, whenever they get to these problems here, they do some weird work, and I really don't understand it. I try to correct them, and it's like, They do the multiplication, and then at the very end, they try and remember to reverse the inequality sign. So my suggestion is right here. When you multiply by a negative, you must reverse your inequality sign. So don't wait till the end or whatever they're trying to do. Just do it right then and there. Multiply by negative, both sides, reverse inequality sign. All right, looking for cross-canceling. Positive, of course, answer. 1, 4, 20. Very nice. All right, so the one thing that was not included is when it looks something like this. Negative 3x, and let's say, is less than or equal to 12. And then let's say negative 4x is greater than or equal to negative 16. Now remember, it's not the negative sign on the 16, because if you notice, the 12 doesn't have a negative sign. It's the variable that has the negative sign. So when I divide by negative 3, reverse your inequality sign. 12 divided by negative 3 is negative 4. Divide by negative 4. Since I divided by a negative, I must reverse the inequality sign. Negative divided by negative is positive, and I'm going to get positive 4 there. All right, so be very, very careful with those negative signs. Don't want to make those mistakes. That's where we can really make mistakes with the next lesson, which is the solving of two-step inequalities. All right, be your best. Continue to be awesome.